Hey everyone, what's going on? I'm Anthony, back today with another exciting video. I've been meaning to do this for a while now to review this product, and I haven't really bought any new tech gadgets or anything like that in a while that I felt were worth reviewing. So I've had this since I believe I bought this back in May on Amazon. This, if you don't know, this is the Kindle Paperwhite. And since I bought it back in May, I was a little leery. I saw a sale. I did some research. I was reading some stuff on Reddit about these devices because I've never had one. I've always been an iPhone or iPad reader with Apple Books or iBooks as it used to be called, and I just wasn't sure because I'm very into the Apple ecosystem. If you guys that watch my channel don't already know that I am big into the Apple ecosystem and I love all Apple products. And it was very easy and seamless to just download an EPUB and open it right up in the Apple Books app. And then I could read it on my iPad or my MacBook or even my iPhone if I'm on the go. And so that was all really great. And I was just a little bit leery about the Kindle devices because I didn't know of a real easy way to get these books into or onto this device and then sync it across my other devices. And Amazon has really come a long way, and I'll explain that later on in the video as we dive deeper into this, exactly how easy it is now to send your EPUB files or your ebook files or to convert them and then send them along the way. So I'm really excited to jump into this. This is the Kindle Paperwhite 11th generation. I believe it came out back in September of 2021. So they don't typically refresh these as quickly as you would refresh, say, an iPad or an iPhone or something like that. The Kindle Oasis, I believe, which is a little bit bigger and has page turning buttons, like one up here and one here, I believe. That one hasn't been refreshed in about 4 years. And I'll tell you exactly why I think this is the better device from all the research I've done and everything I've seen from people with experience, whether it's on social media or Reddit or things like that. So without further ado, let's jump right in. This is your home screen. As you can see down here, it says home screen, it says Kindle right here. It's nice and small. This, I believe, is a 6.8-inch display. It holds in one hand extremely well. It's extremely comfortable. You can hold it with two hands. It's not too bad. It's very lightweight. I've actually gone outside and walked around my building because I work at a high school. We have a fairly big campus, and I've walked around the building, and I've been able to read this thing outside. Now, I'm not a big outdoorsy person, so I don't foresee myself, going to the beach. I'm not a beach goer, really. I don't like the beach, but for anybody that is a beach goer or is going to read this, you can read this in down by the water. You can read this in a pool, on a floaty. You can in your backyard. You can read this on your porch in the sunlight. This is what sets this device apart from, say, my iPad or any other color display, color screen, like an iPad or an iPhone or something like that. E-ink separates itself far and above anything else. And what's so great about it not being in color is that you get unforeseen battery life on these things. It is absolutely incredible. Weeks upon weeks of battery life. And it's ridiculous. I've started reading like a lot lately. So I've read for about almost a month straight now, about 20 days straight. But there's times after I got this, I'd finish a book and then I wasn't reading anything for a while or I was busy. And I would just sit this on my nightstand and it wouldn't move and it would stay on in like a sleep mode because these things don't have a way to turn off anymore. The last software update, there's no way to actually shut it down now. And I believe when I first got it, there was. But not a big deal. You just literally close the lid. I have one of those book cover cases that came with mine because a pro tip, which I'll get into, I bought the Kindle Paperwhite Kids. It is the exact same as the regular Paperwhite, but it comes with a 2-year warranty and Amazon Kids, which you can just turn that off or whatever. And then it's an adult Kindle and it comes with a case. And I got it on sale for $109.99 back when they were doing a deal in May. And to my surprise, when I checked in this morning or just now on Amazon, these are on sale for $109.99. Now, the Kindle by itself is $105, right now on sale. Normally it's $139.99. So if you get it by yourself, you're losing out. You get no case, you get no warranty. So for the $5 extra, you have a choice between a black case. There's like a robotic case and then some purplish one with maybe a whale or something. But sometimes those ones aren't on the ones on sale. But I've been so happy with this purchase. So first of all, let's get in it. Let's get into it. So up here at the top, you have your library. These are the EPUB books that I have sent over to my device. Now, this one here, the Phil Mickelson book, I actually, that was a purchase from Amazon, so I have that there. And then the rest of these books, these are actually EPUBs. So Amazon recently, back in August, went away from Mobi files and they switched up to EPUB. So now you can send your EPUB books or files to your Kindle, and it's super, super easy. So I really want to show you, because that's basically that you can't use a Kindle if you can't get your books into it. So everybody's Kindle has a unique email address. If you go into settings right up here, the three dots, and you go into your settings, you can go into your account, I believe, and it will tell you what your unique Kindle email address is. And I'm not going to show you that just because I don't need you to see my email address. I could blur it out, but it's just going to waste up some time. So you go in there and you find your unique email address. Once you have that, you would send the file just to that email address. You compose a new message. Now, the key here is to notate that on your Amazon account, you have to allow your email that you're going to send the file from. So I have a Gmail account. That's my personal main email account that I use for everyday stuff. That's the email address I want to send the files from. So I get my unique Amazon Kindle email address. Once I type that in, the to subject, I leave the subject blank, and then I just attach the book file, the EPUB file. And what you have to make sure is that your email address is registered to your Amazon account to this device. So you have to log into Amazon, go to like contents and devices under preferences, and you have to make sure you add that email address in there if it's not already added. So in the case of my grandma, I recently bought her a Kindle Paperwhite, and then I bought my sister one both last month because they had birthdays. And for my sister, she doesn't really know. She asked me to get her books all the time, so I get the files for her, and then I send them to her. So I had to go into her Amazon account, and it was just easier to make an Amazon account for her so her books and my books don't sync together, because normally we share an Amazon Prime account. And I had to add my email address into the approved list, because if you don't add it, when you go to send the file, you'll get a kickback email saying it's not approved and it wasn't able to be sent. So that's first and foremost. So once you get the file, so for example, I'm going to show you right now, there's another easy way to do this if you have an iPhone. So for example, here's an iPhone. This is the example. I have a book here, Dear Edward. You can tap on it. You can hit share, right? Just like that. And then you could either email it, you could choose to mail it, and then do it, to your Kindle's email. Or if you're signed in and you have the Kindle app right here on your phone, you just would tap that. And now, right up here, you get an easier, quicker way to send it. You can enter the title name in here if you want. You put the author's name here. It gives you some little wiggle room to adjust that if you want. You make sure that add to your library is on right there, and you hit send, and then it will send the book to your Kindle. I think this is one of the best devices that I could have bought in 2022. My grandma loves hers. She's 90 years old, and it's not too difficult for her to use, and my sister is loving hers. And look, you have access. Again, here's your library. You can discover books down here. If you have Amazon Prime, there's Prime Reading. You can read free stuff. You can browse things. And then up here with the arrows, you can get to Goodreads. Goodreads, if you don't know, is a social media, essentially social platform. There's actually also a web browser in here, which is kind of cool. I don't use that for anything really. But here's an example. Let's open Dear Edward. I just started this book last night because the show just came out on Apple TV, if you don't know, on Friday. And I really want to read this book. I've watched the first 3 episodes already this weekend, and so far I'm really intrigued by it. But this is an EPUB that I just sent to the Kindle device, and it works great. And what's good about the Kindle Paperwhite is, so here's some of the settings. If you tap up here towards the clock, you get your, usual settings. You can go in here. You can adjust the font, the themes, the layout, different things, boldness, the size. There's different things you could change. And you could adjust some of these settings. I'm not going to get too into depth. I do like to turn on the page turn animation, as well as show clock while reading, so it shows the time up there, which is really nice. And what separates, in my opinion, the Kindle app from Apple Books, which Apple Books has really come a long way, and their recent update is really nice and all, but I love to see the time left in the chapter and the percentage over here. So if you tap here, this is another way you could see how much time is left in the entire book. That says 8 hours, 25 minutes. You tap it again, it'll tell you the location you are in the book. And then if you tap it again, it will show nothing. So I like to keep it there where it shows the time left in the chapter. You could actually set this to landscape as well if you want to turn this and read it in landscape mode. And then what separates the Kindle Paperwhite from the regular Kindle, which I want to say was refreshed in 2022, the base Kindle. This one is waterproof. Up to a few feet in water, both fresh and seawater. I think seawater, it only is for a couple minutes, and freshwater, you can leave it submerged for a little bit longer. But if it gets splashed, if you're reading by the pool, no big deal. You just wipe it off. It's fine. But this one also has the warm light, the adjustable warm light, which is kind of nice. There is a signature edition, the Kindle Paperwhite SE or signature edition, which is a fancier one. From this one, it's just a little bit more of an upgrade, whereas this one comes with 8 gigs and max of 16. This is the 8 gig model because I don't really need that much. EPUB files and books are not big files, and once I'm done reading it, I start to run out of storage, I can just remove a book from here, no big deal, and I keep it in my iCloud account for backups. Yeah, the Kindle Paperwhite has a 6.8-inch display. It has thinner borders, 20% faster page turns, and yeah, I was right on the 10 weeks of battery. And one other thing about the signature edition that I wanted to mention is that I believe normally it's about $50 more than the regular Kindle Paperwhite. But I thought about it, and I was like, this is my first entry into the Kindle family. I don't want to go and buy the most expensive one right away. And of course, they recently came out with the Kindle Scribe, which would be, in my opinion, more geared towards professionals or really college students that are reading PDFs. You can read PDFs on here, but yeah, I didn't think I needed the signature edition when I started reading everything, considering that this lasts for so long on a single charge. Now, like I said, I've been reading for about 20 days in a row now, and it's at 37%. And I'm not reading for long hours a day, maybe a half hour here and there before bed and whatnot. And it's at 37%. So the battery is ridiculously good. And there is a single button. You can't really see it here, but there's a single button. And when you do need to charge it, it is USB-C. And there's that button there. So if you click on that button once, that kind of will put it to sleep. And it's the same thing as if you were to close the cover. And if you're in a book, it will show the book cover. I believe that's a setting too, where you could set it to show the book cover. And one other pro tip is if you do buy the Kindle with ads, I've read on Reddit that you can go on and chat with Amazon support and ask them to remove those ads for free. Sometimes they'll remove it for free, but normally you'd have to pay like $20. And if you buy refurbs in very good condition, those usually you can get for under $100 to around $70, and those are in really great condition as well, and those come without ads as well. So overall, guys, I absolutely love this Kindle. If you're on the fence about it, you have any questions, hit me up in the comments. But yeah, if you want to know any tips, tricks, have any questions, let me know down below in the comments. So yeah, this has been my review of the Kindle Paperwhite 11th generation. I'm Anthony. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to catching you guys in the next one.